I'm here with Mr. Alex, Mr. Top 5 Sack Man himself. What are you playing today?
We're playing Go Second, Eldritch, Brave, Dogmatica, Invoke,
We call it
Souls.
put 'em to bed.
Yeah, put 'em to bed because it
Put 'em to
puts them to
bed.
bed. We'll start with the list here. We got 3 Lava Golem. Card is really good when you don't need a normal summon.
Yeah.
I mean, you can bounce it back with Draco back too, which does come up always. You got 3 Raigeki. This card literally wins games by itself, especially if you draw Gamma, which I'll show later. Forces that. It's just so free. All these cards are so free.
So free.
Salesman as well.
Oh, yeah.
You got this card. I never drew it. It never came up. I think I actually pitched it off Souls once because it's pretty bad going first.
But
you're never gonna call
in
it
theory,
hit.
like, what?
But
Why would you?
In theory, you play this card to force deep BE so that it's essentially useless, or you use it to do branded in red, so they have to go into something and they can't go into Guardian Chimera.
Yeah.
That's a lot of purpose, honestly. You got 3 triple tag. This is the best card in the deck, best card in the game. You get hand trap like 5 times a game, so you might as well just play this card, take their only combo, so they're just playing with 4 hand traps and nothing else.
That's fair. I can understand.
3 Gamma and 1 Driver. This actually was very underperforming. I was hoping that I'd draw Cursed Eldland and then I'd send and I'd always get to resolve Gamma. It never came up. All my people I played against were too smart for that. They would just wait till I summoned a monster, and it was very sad.
And the MVP driver.
The MVP driver, drew that way too many times. Got 3 Forbidden Droplet right here.
Go away, Dean.
What up, baby?
What up, baby? We in there, good.
Go away, Dean.
We got 3 Droplet right here.
Top 32, baby. Let's go.
This ain't so excited.
We got 3 Droplet here.
Best card ever printed.
This card's so free. You just send Eldritch cards, you negate stuff. You don't let them ever resolve Alibur. You can go first with this deck pretty easily depending on how lucky you are. Clearly, I was very lucky. We have 1 Vagrant Tops here. I never drew it, ever.
Worst card in the game.
Worst card in the game, worst card in the deck. What's up? What's going on? Thank you, thank you. We got 1 Foolish Burial. It's free Eldritch or free Water Enchantress. It's so good. We've got the Branded Engine, or not the Branded, the Branded.
You've been playing against too much Despia.
No, I played so much Despia. Okay, so we got the Griffin, the Draco back. This is all standard. This is not standard, and if you don't play this, you should, because it won me so many games.
Okay, so two Faithful Adventurers.
2 Faithful
This is what I
Adventurers.
want to talk about.
So,
why you play 2?
You play 2 because the first one always gets ogred every game. It never doesn't happen. So later in the game, when you activate a second right and they go, oh no, he has another Faithful, you win the game.
Yeah.
3 Water Enchantress. Honestly, I normal summoned this card way too many times to go into Artemis, the Moon Maiden. It's pretty spicy. Got 3 Rite of Eremsir. This card is also, I mean, it's really good. It's Branded Engine. What do you want? The MVP of the deck, and also on the map, it's really just the best card in the game. Illusion of Chaos. And 2 Souls. When all your cards plus you and you send them to grave.
So you
should
only play
them.
2 Souls. Traditionally, people play 3 in the 60 card. Why do you play 2?
So I play 2 because this is searchable. Which I'll get to later with the Dogma stuff. You send the Herald and you just add Illusion of Chaos to hand, and it's so free, and then you draw 2 cards. This is the Branded Engine, super small. So we're just playing
3
of
fusion.
this.
Okay.
Fallen to Albaz. You really just, if you draw this card, you're gonna win the game. It's really unfair. And honestly, I think I'd bump this up maybe with some branded openings.
Yeah.
But essentially, you activate this, you send the Golden Lord, and then you go into the Jade, and then essentially that card, you're never gonna get killed with this deck.
Yeah.
So you get a free banish since Titanic Clad, which lets you add all the Dogma cards.
Yeah.
And it's just so free.
So with the Albaz, did you ever like have like a situation where you go against Despia where you kind of like future someone using their materials?
Yes.
Does that come up?
I drew this card a lot.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a 60 card deck, and it was still good to draw because it literally just goes straight to the Jade because they have like a fusion or whatever. It's just so free. This is the best part of the deck. This is the best. This is all the
Every card is the best deck.
Dogmatica cards are so free and strong.
Yeah.
You got 3 Ecclesia because you play at 60. You want to see it every game. 1 Flurk is searchable. 1 Maximus. The amount of advantage you get out of this card is unreal. 1 Punishment because it's totally free. You got 2 Nadir Servant. If you draw this, you're gonna win. You can Gamma with it. You can literally do anything with it. And then we've got the Supplemental Engine.
The Supplemental Engine.
I guess, or you can call it the bread and butter of the deck, whatever you want to call it. I don't even know.
The garlic.
3 Cursed Eldland. This is the best Eldritch card because it adds your Golden Lord. Or adds your trap, you have the Golden Lord, and it forces to negate. And forcing to negate is pretty good. 2 Golden Lord. This card You have to-
with the heels.
honestly, could play 3 with the heels. Yeah, this is the best card. Don't play secret. He's gold. He's the golden boy. That's my shout out. This is the best card in your
Best card.
but he's actually terrible. Now, let me talk about him more. So, like, all these cards are bricks inherently, and going
Yeah.
second don't make any sense to play. Which is why you play all these sacky blowout cards, so that your opponent loses anyway, and then you set Golden Lord cards to follow. You got 2 Aquero.
It's only 2.
I don't think I ever even resolved this card's effect, to be honest with you. Conquistador is much more value. 3 of this
Yeah.
card is so free. You just get to search them all. And then last but not
Right,
least, 3
3, so
Sanguine. This card is honestly the best card drawing in
Yeah.
the second and pitch off Eldritch. That is the main and a crisp 60 cards.
Ooh, the 60 is a lucky number.
60 is a lucky number, clearly, which is why you play. You draw better when you play 60. It's a proven task. We got the extra deck here. We got 1 Artemis, the Magistus Moon Maiden.
Hot,
This thing
hot.
has-
Many uses in this deck actually. So Water Enchantress, you turn into a light. Also, you can turn Souls into a light.
You're telling
Both
me
of these things here are crazy because you make a lineup with this.
you're telling me that this has more use than being invocation material?
More use than invocation material. Oh, also, it makes your Dogma cards live because you normal summon Enchantress, you go into this, and then you
Yeah.
can summon Dogma cards for your hand for free. You got 1 Link Spider, kind of the same thing with
Yeah,
the Brave
definitely.
token. It comes up. It's not as common, but when you get Faithful hand trapped, it's good. 1 Anaconda to send the Branded. Honestly, this came back as a fall through. If you just totally got hand trapped out of the game, it won me a game because I literally went into this. And Mirror Jade's just so strong. We'll talk about him later. This package is so free and wins so many games. So they ogre you, and you summon this.
Yeah.
And you summon the ogre, and you have Souls or Ecclesia in your graveyard. You're gonna win the game because you just go into this.
Did you ever miss the dark one? Like playing the dark one?
You know, honestly, I think I should have because I played Despia 3 times.
Yeah.
It didn't really come up though. I don't think it mattered too much. This extra deck is actually extremely tight for a deck that doesn't use the extra deck much.
How
You summon
ironic.
this, you go to access code, this card wins games.
Definitely.
You got this engine. I don't think you can make it any smaller, unfortunately.
2 Mirror Jade.
I don't think I'll ever summon 2. I probably might cut this down to 1 because it doesn't really come up. The logic was there, but it doesn't come up.
Yeah, definitely.
Essentially, you just summon these, this summons this, and then this shovels back, so essentially you could summon a second one of these. This card's insane. This is so free. These just summon this, nothing exciting there. But this card literally says that, like, if your opponent doesn't kill you, they lose. Because it just Raigekis their whole board, and you send Titaniclad, so you get to summon Ecclesia in your end phase too.
Yeah.
So you just go plus like 70 cards, and your opponent's gonna lose. And then I did that in 1 game exactly. It actually, the branded stuff did not come up until Titaniclad,
Yeah.
best card of the deck. It's just so free. It searches all the Dogma cards, which are the best cards. Omega, this card never came up. The theory behind it's good too. I mean, you send it to the graveyard, you send the what's his name? Phoenix Enforcer
Yeah.
back to the deck, and you hope to gamma, and if you gamma, you go into this. But it honestly never came up. Gamma was bad. 2 Intis.
Yeah.
This card, it just says pop a card for activating the Deer Servant. Why would you not play 2 of this? Honestly, you could plop it play 3 of it, but it never came up. And then this card, the card to search the mat card, Illusion of Chaos. Search that card pretty good.
That search is in pretty
A
good.
lot of it's pretty much just a dogmatic extra deck with some branded cards. And now for the stupid side deck that's so bad.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go 3 Spooky Dogwood. I didn't get anywhere near time, so this card never came up. And honestly though, if you do go to time a lot and you lose to Brankets, you should play this card. You got 3-dimensional barrier with matching or not matching rarities because that would be stupid. I never resolved this card either against Despia. I never drew it up playing 60. I'll draw anything that I need. 3 MST. I did draw this once. It hit the Fateful Adventure.
How come we play MSP not because you say you like to like discard for droplets? How come we don't play Twin Twisters over MST?
I like to discard for exactly Droplet and nothing else. I don't want to discard too many cards. 3 Anti-Spell. This card won me a game. It's the Let's Go first card. And the other card I never drew, but it's
Heat
so
Wave.
Good 3 Heat Waves. So essentially, you go second every game 1, right? So
Yeah.
then
And in game 2, you sided all these sacky cards like Heat Wave, Anti-Spell, D-Barrier.
Definitely.
And sometimes this keeps you alive, you brick. And you just sack your opponent out of the game. And that's the deck profile. And
There it is.
Yeah, I made this randomly. I don't know why I made this deck.
So yeah,
It's great.
you made 5th place. You have any shout-outs?
Yeah, I got shout out the Golden Lord. I can't stop playing him. I hate him. He's
You
not-
retired him 3
I've
times.
retired him 3 times. I always
King.
play him again anyway, and I do good with him, and I shouldn't because the card is not good.
Yeah.
That's the story there. Shout out to DTD, best card shop in all of America. Yeah,
TTD.
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 Look it up.
TTD.
Yeah. And honestly, shout out to my opponents too. Had some really fun games today, and I'm sure they were nice. Well, no one knew I was playing Eldritch in game 1.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way. That's all I got.
It is sick. Hey man, congrats, dog, and go celebrate, my man. All right.